everyone. My name is Kari. I am sharing for the first time today, which feels kind of strange to me. I've never thought in my life that I would ever want to do vlogging, but here I am. And I named my channel Coffee with Kari because everybody who knows me knows that I do love to drink coffee. Black is fine, lattes are better. So grab a cup of coffee and join me. I've had some interesting life experiences the last 10 years, a relationship change, a move, several job changes. I completed schooling that I worked really hard for, and obviously the course of my life has kind of taken on the direction that I kind of felt led towards. I have always been connected with people. I've met a lot of people over my life. My chosen career has caused me to meet a lot of people over my life. And I would say that if I didn't love engaging with people, I wouldn't have navigated my life, in the way that I have. I love to encourage people. Helping others is something that I really enjoy. I love to see people get wins, connect the dots, figure some things out. I've also felt the weight of struggles that so many people are facing. I've had my own highs and lows, and through all that, it took me quite a while, but I learned that I was not alone. And I know that so many of you feel alone. There's absolutely no need to fight a battle, celebrate a victory, to do it alone. There are people who are waiting in the wings. Maybe not so easy to find sometimes, but there are people waiting to be with you. And I have also learned that when I rely on God first, that He helps me navigate through all that. I feel more fulfilled and supported when I lean on God first. And I don't know what that means to all of you, but I would like to share my experience with you. My divine connection is one that I have nurtured more and more over the last 30 years of my life due to some pretty extreme hardships. And so I don't know where I would be if I didn't know that I had a loving God that was just waiting for me to ask a question, seek Him, whether I'm having a good day or a bad day, just reaching out, praying, listening to Him. We don't listen sometimes. And yes, I've been very angry at times. I have spent many times yelling at God because of some of the situations that I've been through and feeling the unfairness of it or how this is working out. So He lets us learn lessons, but at the same time, He also doesn't leave us alone. So in this vlog, my goal is to introduce you to the God who has hugged me, let me crawl up in His lap for a laugh or a cry, gone with me everywhere, as like an unseen comrade, the kind who sits in jail next to you, not the kind that's bailing you out. He's with you. That's the God I want to introduce you to. He's the one who became my father when my earthly father passed away 20 years ago. I felt lost. I have felt lost physically, emotionally, spiritually. And He's allowed me to learn and kind of, struggle, be in pain sometimes. But through all that, I learned that He was never going to leave me or forsake me, and He's never failed me. I've had to wait at times. I am not a patient person. So that's a struggle, but He's helped me with that too. That's a hard one. Through this, I would love to share scripture with you, or books that encourage me, music that I have loved. I'm a musical person, and I absolutely love to sing and worship and have that encourage me. So I will definitely love to share some music with all of you. And I would love it if you guys would have your own discussions in the comments. If there's questions to me, I'd love to answer them. If I can get to them, I don't know how many there will be, but I will do my best to answer people's questions. This past week, I have been reminded over and over again how much I need a father. When mine passed away so many years ago, I felt very lost. It's almost like my life had lost a very necessary part. Like I did not feel like I was meant to be fatherless at the age of 31, 32. I'm not sure exactly how old I was, but my dad was a quiet man. He didn't say a whole lot, but he was always ready with a listening ear, a quiet comment, engage in a quiet conversation. He was the most supportive guy that I have ever known. And when he left me, I felt that emptiness deeply. And of course, I looked to find, earthly father figures here and other places. At the time, my local church had a few people that I considered very comfortable having a conversation with, and felt some of that support. But through either moves or deaths, because a lot of these guys are older, those were kind of stripped from me as well. So I think God wants us to have human relationships. He's definitely looking for us to get personal connections, but I can honestly say that he's the connection that I've never lost. I said earlier that I felt like I could crawl up in his lap. What does that actually mean? Sounds confusing, right? I'm still working to figure that out. Every day it looks a little different. On some days, it's quietly sitting outside and listening and hearing the squirrels chatter and the birds talk, and just connecting with the nature that he gave us. It's breathing deeply, using all my senses, to take in things around me. It's very quieting. Other times I get a new thought or a phrase when I'm reading the Bible, or like when I'm listening to some old music or new music, I'll get a random phrase that will strike me, and I will sense his presence very deeply. I take walks a lot, a lot of days, and just kind of let my surroundings wash over me. Sometimes I go in complete silence, and sometimes I bring my earbuds and listen to music or a podcast or something. On days when I'm mad or frustrated, I cry out. Sometimes I yell. I'm not scared to treat God like my real father. I might not always understand what's going on, but I feel free to be upset at whatever's going on. And when I feel like I'm not getting answers, I know that if I wait patiently, the answer will come in the right time. And it might even be different than I could have ever imagined. Probably better. God has organized my life much better than I could ever have done it myself. His plans are so much grander than mine. I can't possibly even imagine some of the things that he's brought into my life. So, what's your experience? Where are you today? Are you feeling lost, frustrated, hurt, depressed, anxious, happy, refreshed, sincere, rested, content? I could add a whole lot more words in there. But wherever you are, just share it with him. Let him know. Speak it out loud. When you're driving, I do a lot of singing and talking to God when I'm driving. Cleaning, it's a great space to do that. When you're outside, wherever you are, don't feel scared to crawl up into your Father's lap. Here's some verses I'd like to share with you that I like to hold on to. The Bible is full of really awesome ways to encourage yourself and to kind of hang on to a better reality sometimes than what we've got here, because we know that God's working out things. So here's a couple for you. See what great love the Father has lavished on us, but we should be called the children of God. And that is what we are. The reason the world does not know us is that it did not know him. Dear friends, now we are children of God, and that we will be has not been made known. But we know that when Christ appears, we shall be like him, for we shall see him as he is. I'm going to repeat that verse. See what great love the Father has lavished on us, that we should be called children of God, and that is what we are. The reason the world does not know us is that it did not know him. Dear friends, now we are children of God, and what we will be has not been made known yet. But we know that when Christ appears, we shall be like him, for we shall see him as he is. 1 John 3, 1 and 2. Because of the Lord's great love, we are not consumed, for his compassions never fail. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness. I say to myself, the Lord is my portion, therefore I will wait for him. The Lord is good to those whose hope is in him, to the one who seeks him. It is good to wait quietly for the salvation of the Lord. That's in Lamentations 3:22 through 26. Every person who believes that Jesus is, in fact, the Messiah is God-born. If we love the one who conceives the child, we'll surely love the child who was conceived. The reality test on whether or not we love God's children is this. Do we love God? Do we keep his commands? The proof that we love God comes when we keep his commandments, and they are not at all troublesome. Every God-born person conquers the world's ways. The conquering power that brings the world to its knees is our faith. The person who wins out over the world's ways is simply the one who believes Jesus is the Son of God. That's 1 John 5 through 2 through 5. I love that. The conquering power that brings the world to its knees is our faith. Take that in for a second. That's the Father that we have. He's the conquering power. A couple more for you. The Lord appeared to us in the past, saying, I have loved you with an everlasting love. I have drawn you with unfailing kindness. I will build you up again. And you, Virgin Israel, will be rebuilt. Jeremiah 31, 3 through 4. I added this one because it's obviously talking about Israel, but Israel was in captivity so many times and brought to its knees because of, the wrong things that they had done. But each time, God rebuilt them. He allowed them another chance. And I love that when we feel like we're failures and we've done whatever it is again, he's going to rebuild us, just like he rebuilt Israel. He's done it to me multiple times. I know he can do it for you. Last verse. The Lord our God is with you, the mighty warrior who saves. He will take great delight in you. In his love, he will no longer rebuke you, but will rejoice over you with singing. Zephaniah 3:17. I have one of my favorite songs I've been kind of jamming to on the radio over the past week or two. I'm going to add that into the comment section below. It's a Spotify, so hopefully you can open that and listen to it. I hope that you take in this week and really soak up how much the Father's love is for you. And what's your crawl going to be? How will you crawl into your Father's lap this week? So I hope that helps any of you. I hope that encourages any of you out there listening. And I will hopefully be posting weekly. That's my goal. And maybe more after that. We'll see what all happens. But have a blessed week.